underage secretaries. And can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
Good evening, messenger. You convinced us that you were the last messenger. How many other bastard children do you have?
You're watching America This Morning, America's #1 early.
Time after time after time, we are watching murderers go free. They hide behind their badges, they hide behind their white privilege, and they use the excuse that they fear for their lives to murder our young people in cold blood.
It's done.
X, my brother.
No. Don't think about it.
All you self-righteous assholes do is march and destroy your own communities. Killing me won't change a goddamn thing.
It's a lot different when it's a grown black man standing there drowning.
Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Hit the subscribe. I realized I could do this on my phone instead of connecting all the stuff to go live. But make sure you guys go to Silent Hero Films and get the film. And I just want to be clear because there's going to be a lot of narratives going out, and it's going to be half truths, whole truths, 34% of the truths. But at the end of the day, when you overpay for talent, there's going to come a time and point from a business perspective where you will be over leveraged. It's simply that. And I know many people don't understand this concept because of the lack of the business acumen, you know, and that's no shade to you. It's just the reality of it. You know, when PBC came in, they overpaid for talent. And now those contracts has caught up with them because there is no network willing to put up all those millions for that depreciating talent. When DAZN came in, when Eddie Hearn came in via DAZN with the $1 billion, same thing. They came and they signed Jesse Vargas. Well, you know, they put on a fight with Jesse. They signed him. Jesse, Mikey Garcia, $7 million. Devin Haney, Big Baby Miller. And the list goes on and on. They was going all across the globe with all this money, trying to hit a sweet spot. And they failed at hitting a sweet spot because you overpay for talent. And when you overpay for properties in your life, when you overpay for Jordans, eventually, you go online, you get the newest iPhone, you overpay for that. Eventually, it will be too much. And that's how people go broke. They over leverage themselves. And Mayweather Promotions is just a casualty of Al Heyman's business plan. Floyd Mayweather never really took promotional serious. If it wasn't an A-level fighter, he never showed up. A la Badu Jack or Tank Davis. He just didn't value it. You know, you got to start from the ground up. And these three promotional outfits have failed. And now they're on the rebound trying to figure it out. And they're going to mask it. They're going to mask it very, very well. But there's no appreciating assets for any of them. Anthony Joshua has lost multiple times. Tank Davis is PBC, only appreciating assets that has a higher ceiling. And this is why we may get Deontay Wilder, Anthony Joshua, because they both want to stay in business. And this is when they make fights, when they believe they both need each other. And Mayweather Promotions is fighting on a website for $5.99 after, I'm going to repeat, after a PBC event. Al Heyman didn't even want his fighters on his undercard on YouTube. So that tells you the lack of financial stability that is there, because that's probably $100,000, you know, probably to put on that card between the referees, the judges, and paying the $5,000 per fight for the talent. And, you know, and Al Heyman wanted no parts of it. So, so when you look at it in its totality, I know people are going to say, oh, it's just DAZN, it's just PBC. And the reason why this isn't happening is because of the greed. There's a lot of greed. There's a lot of greed with these men in suits. And when you're greedy, you're going to go out of business. You're going to fail. And Al Heyman has a lot of greed. Eddie Hearn has a lot of greed and an ego. And Mayweather Promotions is just, it's failed so many times on so many different levels. There's no Mayweather Promotions fighter that is happy right now. Not one you could think of. And feel free to go to Mayweather's gym and ask them. They called me all during COVID. Man, Fred, keep going, man. I ain't had a fight in a year and a half, man. Floyd don't even care, man. You know, yada, yada. Leonard L.O.B. taking the money and going to gamble with it. These are what TMT fighters say, you know? So, so yeah, man, that's where we're at with this, man. All three of them have failed. And let me explain something. Hopefully you guys made it this far in the video. People were laughing at Eddie Hearn and Anthony Joshua. Remember when I uncovered Anthony Joshua had never met the DAZN president because he wasn't a part of that deal? Eddie Hearn leveraged the potential of Anthony Joshua and DAZN to get a matchroom deal just for his matchroom fighters. And he separated Anthony Joshua because obviously he was the ace high and brought in the most money, correct? That's the same thing Al Heyman did with Floyd Mayweather and PBC. Floyd Mayweather and PBC are two separate entities. And that's the deal he made with Steven Espinoza and Showtime. But because we got these pro-black goggles on, we don't see the truth. And that's simply it. Same business model, overpay and sustain and hope you hit a profit margin, you know. And like Anthony Joshua, he brought them in a lot of money. Like Floyd Mayweather, he brought them in a lot of money, but because of greed, they never reinvested the money. So now they're at a position where they got to compromise their asset. I talked about this last night. You know what I mean? Compromising your assets is, I'm going to say it simply, when you have 100% asset, but you sell it off for 70%. That's compromising your assets, you know, just to stay afloat. It's like a poor man. It's like a poor man going to the, what do you call those places? I've never did it. I see them all the time. Pawn shops. You go in the pawn shop and you pawn off your grandfather's chain, you know, for 60% of its value, you know, and you got a certain time to get it. And, you know, that's basically it. So that's compromising your assets. So, and that's where PBC is at. They're searching. Tank is their only asset. So Tank will get the fight dates. And I'm willing to bet every A-level PBC fighter will only fight every 10 to 12 months minimum, because there's no money in the budget. Because pay-per-view, you can't tell the fans to pay to see their favorite fighter. Boxing is not that important. It's just a fact. Not unless you've been crossed over. And there's not really any crossover guys. You know, I don't see a lot of fighters talking about NBA, and you ain't got to talk about political issues or social issues, but you never see an A-level fighter that's consistent talking about how good LeBron James is, or how good Tom Brady is, or talking about the football season, or even UFC. There's no fighter today that stays current like that, you know, or I'm talking about A-level, that lets you into their live and that galvanizes the spirit. You know, so And I'll be clear. I've said this from day one, and I'll say it again. I don't want them to go out of business. I want them to get it right. Fighters are getting robbed at PBC, DAZN, Mayweather Promotions. They're all getting robbed. Yeah, ask Tank Davis. Man, I'm not even gonna go in. I'm not even gonna go in. Tank Davis is getting robbed. I'll just say that. He getting jobbed. You understand what I'm saying? And it is what it is. Y'all have a great day. But feel free to put your bias goggles on. I know there's people that hate Al Heyman and they're gonna go the other, but all of them have failed. All of them has failed, and I could care less. You know, I personally know that Al Heyman is a piece of shit, and I'm gonna stand on it. Man, he's using his blackness to rape these fighters, and rape doesn't come because he talks in such a soft monolithic tone that people are misguided. But when he's taking your youth away to protect his relationships, he's fucking you. And that's simply it. And that's simply the truth. And I stand on it. He leveraged his black card, and now he leveraged his black card. He leveraged your blackness, your melanin, to use other people's money and make him rich. Oh, but Al Heyman's not taking money. He's the manager of the money. Do you understand what I'm saying? He manages the money. Of course it don't come out the budget because he gives the budget. Do you understand? If something's 50 million, I'm gonna just take 10 and say it's a 40. If I'm gonna slow down. If something is $50 million, right? A budget of $50 million, I'm gonna take 10 off the top and say the budget is 40 million. And the fighters like, oh, he didn't charge me no fees. Yeah, duh. It's just a shame, man. Floyd Mayweather and Leonard Ellerbe, all those black fighters at Mayweather Promotions are going in so many different directions. Lafontant Jones is in Florida on another promotion that I see. Her husband is with Jake Paul. Mickey Bay is on BLK Prime. The heavyweight that I thought was going to be a champion, a cruiserweight champion, Andrew Tabiti is fighting on Davies down in Houston. Badu Jack is overseas, and the list goes on. There's no one that is literally making waves out of that gym. They all left. So anyways, man, y'all have a great day. Y'all be fooled by the black. I'm not fooled by that no more. Nah, you ain't about to get me. Oh man, we black. We got to stick together. No, you're not. No, you're not. Al Heyman wouldn't even hire Leonard Ellerbe to promote his cards. He hired Tom Brown. Where's the blackness at? Ain't no blackness in this. It's all about money. It's all about greed. And y'all falling right into the trap by fighting over this fake black, this pro-black war. It's not even a war because people don't even show up for fights. It's not even that. It's just people making money off of leveraging their blackness. They do it on YouTube, and Al Heyman is doing it in the corporate office. So, and I've woken up. I've awakened. Is that the? Yeah, I've awakened, and I'm just here to tell y'all the truth at this point. And my truth is more important. The truth is more important than any cyber relationship I could ever have. And so barbershop conversations, y'all have a great day. And you either believe this or get used. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather and Anthony Joshua are the same person in the business scheme via DAZN, via Al Heyman and PBC. Y'all do what you want to do. And Mayweather Promotions is just a motherfucking, oh my God, they just destroyed their fighters' careers, man. Destroyed it. I'm gone. Peace.